Let's take a look at calculator prompts within Arc51. We developed calculator prompts as a way of capturing the informational DNA of complex legal prose, so you can boil down a complex legal provision into basic pieces of information. So far, we've done that for a number of different parts of a document, including cross-default thresholds, ratings triggers, NAV downgrades, deadlines, and periods of time. In this video, we'll take you through the example of a ratings trigger. You can give Arc51 a piece of text, and then you can effectively give it an answer. We do this at a system level, so we actually give the system knowledge, but you can replicate this on a client-by-client basis. It's important to note here that in doing so, you won't be teaching our model. This is something called multi-shot learning. So in essence, what you're doing is when Arc51 is asked to go out and retrieve information, we're actually giving the model examples. For example, we can say, here's a question that we want you to answer. Here's an example of some text that you might find when you're looking for the answer to the question we've just asked you. And not only that, if you find the text that looks a bit like this, here's the answer. And for each of these questions, we provide the model with multiple examples. This offers a much more sophisticated approach compared to one where we're just asking a model to simply go and find a string of words in order to find an answer. It's much more akin to the way in which you'd provide an example to a human being. Here's some text, here's the answer, now go and generalize. If you find something like this from the information you've just learned, construct an answer, but construct it in the form that I've just told you about. It's a significantly more sophisticated approach than just string matching. So here we have multiple examples of how you can construct these kind of provisions. In this case, it's a ratings trigger. And we can give the system multiple examples, so when it finds text, it understands what it should do. So with that, let's give an extra example of a ratings trigger so you can see how the system works. Again, because this is me doing it, I'm doing this at a system level, but all users have exactly the same functionality. When you're creating examples, it will teach Arc51 the nuances of your particular documentation, but this is ring-fenced for you. It won't be used for another client, and it's not used for us. And if you have no examples to provide, Arc51 will fall back on examples we've already provided. So you'll be able to benefit from the work that we've done, but you can further tailor it to make it bespoke to the needs and nuances of your own portfolio. So with that, let's make a new calculator prompt. We'll do that by clicking the plus button. We'll then tell the platform which type of field we're talking about, which in this case is a ratings trigger. We provide the system with an example of some text, which I'm going to do here. And then we build the calculator prompt. So in this example, it's going to be Moody's long-term is less than BAA3, or S&P long-term is less than BAA minus. And you can see as I do this, I'm clicking on certain keys and other keys are grayed out. So Arc51 is essentially leading you through the process of constructing these statements, and it's very intuitive to do so as a user. So to finish off this calculator prompt, we'll add or Fitch long-term is less than BBB minus. And it's as easy as that. So if we click save, that's now been added to the body of knowledge that Arc51 understands and the examples that it'll be provided with when it's going out to first identify and then secondly understand, in this case, a ratings trigger.